Ladies and gentlemen of the media, welcome to our customary in-country briefing on the annual meeting held by the Caribbean Development Bank. You may know that, of course, the meeting is being held in St. Lucia in the next week. What you may not know is that the annual meeting is a diverse mix of events, from the actual annual meeting itself to cultural showcase of the country that we are visiting. And to give you an update and to tell you a whole lot more about it, we have today two very senior members of the bank. We have the Vice President of the Corporate Services Section and the Bank Secretary, Ms. Yvette Lemonias-Seale, and the Assistant Bank Secretary, Mr. Volville Forsythe. So to give you brief remarks, and then we will open the floor to question. We'll start with the Vice President, Ms. Lemonias-Seale.
Colin, thank you very much. Media colleagues, thanks so much for agreeing to meet with us today, so we can share with you a little bit of our plans for next week, our schedule of activities. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the government and people of St. Lucia for agreeing to host our annual meeting. St. Lucia is no stranger to us. It feels very much like coming home, as a matter of fact. St. Lucia having hosted this event no fewer than 4 times in the past. And as usual, we have found the arrangements impeccable and the hospitality extremely warm. I'd also like to say that St. Lucia is in fact a founding member of the bank. So our relationship with St. Lucia dates back a long time. And over the years, we would have provided, by way of loan assistance, at least $280 million in financing to St. Lucia. And they'd also have a fair amount by way of grants and other forms of technical assistance. St. Lucia has also been a significant beneficiary under our BNTF program. That's one of our targeted poverty-focused programs, and St. Lucia would have received in the previous cycle approximately $5 million by way of grant, and is also expected to receive in excess of $5 million under the current cycle. And we would have been financing poverty-focused programs under that project, essentially social and economic infrastructure. But the important thing to remember in the case of the BNTF project is that it is very, very community-driven. So it's essentially a community, a very, very participatory project, and quite often would actually have members of the community. They're the ones who would have suggested the particular project, and they're intimately involved in terms of maintenance of the facilities which are constructed under the program. But we can speak a little bit more about our interventions after Volville has had an opportunity to update you on the schedule of events next week.
Thank you, Vice President. There are a number of activities and events related to the annual meeting. The first started yesterday, Wednesday, May the 15th, and will end tomorrow on the 17th. The theme of that forum is Youth and Road Safety, Save a Life, Save a Future. And that event has been going on pretty well. From all reports, they started yesterday and they had quite a long day. And as I said, the enthusiasm has been great. As part of that forum, there was a competition involved. There was a Vibes In animated video challenge. And I would like to say that yesterday, the winners were announced. We had the first prize going to Marlon Edward, the second prize to Darnell Lacan, and he also won the People's Choice. And the third prize that was shared by Tevin Lochter and Daniel Casimir. We'd like to congratulate those persons and to tell them to keep up the good work. The next activity will commence on Monday, May the 20th. That will be the Board of Directors meeting. During that meeting, we have our Board of Directors considering a number of papers, country strategy papers, and a number of other documents, and we know it's going to be a full day of activity. Also, the Vice President had referred to earlier was the Caribbean Technological Consultancy Services. They are having a the trainer workshop, which is basically for medium and small enterprises. And what that is doing, it is also geared towards women, in those who have existing business and those who have proposed businesses, so that they can develop a management tool and model in terms of making sound marketing, financial, and other business decisions, and rather than having those deferred to, say, professionals. That will last from Monday